Welcome to the Profit Experts Business Education Centre. We are very grateful to you for taking your time to visit our site. Watch this video till the end and get free Octopus marketing tips used by Google, Facebook and YouTube. Every business needs 4 things to succeed: visionary leadership, great people, good system, effective marketing system. Any business that gets to grips with this business success quadrangle will succeed. On the other hand, missing any one of these components will lead to 2 things: certain failure or mediocrity. Let's start with you. As the leader, your job is to dream the big dreams and be able to see things that others cannot see. You need to have the vision of what the finished business is going to look like when it's complete. But in order to be able to project a realistic vision, you need skills. The skills to know what you are looking for and the skills to know what others are looking for. Steve Jobs of Apple exemplifies this concept of visionary leadership. His vision of changing the world has literally changed the way we live. The second part of the business success quadrangle is your people. People can make or break any business. On the extreme side, the wrong people can sink an organisation faster than the speed of light. Jim Collins, in his groundbreaking book, Good to Great, said what made the companies that he spoke about great was that they first hired the right people, then placed them in the right position before these organisations decided to develop strategies. Microsoft's Bill Gates said that take our 20 best people away and I will tell you that Microsoft will become an unimportant company. Peter Drucker, arguably the greatest management guru of our time, once said, "The ability to make good decisions regarding people represents one of the last reliable sources of competitive advantage, since very few organisations are good at it." The third arm of the business success quadrangle is your systems. McDonald's remains one of the most iconic companies of our generation. Like it or hate it, no one can deny the fact that McDonald's has the best business system in the world. Whether you order a double cheeseburger in a suburb of California or in a dusty Nairobi ghetto, the best system in the world goes to work to prepare that cheeseburger. Check this out. The average McDonald's makes an annual income of £250,000. Yet the average age of a McDonald's manager is 25 years old. And a lot of them are high school dropouts. And a McDonald's franchise has never failed. So why are those 25-year-old high school dropouts more successful than most business people? Answer: they have the best system in the world backing them up. The right system can multiply your efforts as the leader 1,000 times. And the final part of the business success quadrangle is your marketing. Rich Dad Poor Dad Robert Kiyosaki said that most professionals are one skill away from being wealthy, and that single skill is the ability to sell. The factors of distribution have changed, and that has made a huge difference to marketing. Years ago, advertising agencies or media organisations decided which message was to go out. YouTube, Facebook or other social media sites have now made it possible for a marketing message to reach millions of people in different parts of the world within seconds. Any business with the ability to effectively use these new mediums of communication will succeed. Every business wishing to succeed must have a marketing system that effectively incorporates both old and new forms of marketing. The aim of the Business Education Centre is to help individual entrepreneurs with a turnover of between $100,000 and $500,000 per annum increase their turnover to 7 figures per annum. We help businesses develop the business success quadrangle through effective coaching, creation of a first-class recruitment process, development of systems and processes, and the development of an effective marketing system. We also help public sector institutions develop the capacity to raise financial resources through means other than taxation. The public sector of any nation is the biggest business organisation. However, most of their resources are dependent on taxation. If the tax system is inefficient, or if unemployment is high, or businesses lack the ability to pay enough tax, public services suffer as a result. Consequently, developing creative ways of revenue generation will help the public sector function efficiently, irrespective of tax income. If you are a business executive, an entrepreneur or a public sector executive, and you want to learn how to articulate your vision, attract only A-list staff. Also develop an effective marketing and operating system. Pick up the phone and dial 44 1619 451 754 now, or email info@theprofitexperts.co.uk. If you would like to receive any of our free ebooks or reports, please fill in the opt-in box on the right of your screen. Alternatively, you can go to our resources page, where you will find tons of free valuable information for your business. You can also check out our e-store to purchase books, ebooks and DVDs of your interest. You are welcome to book your place on any of our workshops, webinars or boot camps. Octopus marketing strategies. In the rest of this video, I'm going to teach you 2 very valuable marketing tools. These are 2 very important marketing strategies that have been applied by the most successful marketers and companies, and it has worked very well for them. It never ceases to amaze me when I speak to most business owners or people who do marketing for their living that they have never caught onto them yet. You will never learn these strategies in Harvard or Walden Business Schools, but they work, trust me on this. The two concepts are moving the free line and result in advance. I will use a consultation I did for a friend of mine to illustrate these concepts. My friend has a Librarian restaurant. A few weeks after the restaurant opened, he complained that customers were not rushing to dine there as he had originally expected. Since it is the only Librarian restaurant in the UK, he expected many librarians to come flocking in. Well, I suggested to him, since his target market was librarians, and many librarians live below the poverty line, therefore cannot afford to eat out at restaurants, he needed some kind of irresistible offer, or freebie to entice them to his restaurant. I asked him what his irresistible offer was. He had none. There were many restaurants existing before yours opened. So why all of a sudden should librarians stop going to the other restaurants and start going to yours? I suggested that he could put on a tasting evening, invite people to come in and eat for free. He could charge them for the drinks and give them the free food. That way they get to taste the food, and if they like it, they will come back. Imagine for a moment if people had to pay for Google search results. Where would Google have been today? Today Facebook is considered the third largest nation on earth. Facebook's population is larger than most countries. Imagine if it was a paid service. How popular would it have been? Then there is YouTube. YouTube provides one of the most essential services to individuals and businesses today. Yet it is absolutely free. It gets even better. The founders of Google, Facebook and YouTube are amongst the richest people alive today. The question you need to be asking yourself now is, what is it that these guys know that the rest of us don't? Answer: free pays. If you run a medical, accountancy, legal or any other business, you need to be thinking about moving the free line, because that can make you successful. You can give free consultations, free reports, free ebooks, free audits, and many other free stuff that can be of benefit to your prospects. Result in advance. This concept is a simplified complex theory. The concept of result in advance goes like this. Give the prospect a taste of the benefit they expect to derive from using your services. In the automobile business, they offer free test drive to get a prospect familiar with the car. In the food and drink industry, you were given a sample of the item to drink or taste. After giving my friend the initial advice about moving the free line, I became his de facto consultant. He now wanted more info from me about how to attract customers to his restaurant. He is my friend and I would love to help him, but he is broke and I'm allergic to poverty. But as a friend I decided to give him some results in advance. So I broke his problem down into 4 parts. Part 1 is his goal, which is to attract customers to his restaurant. Part 2 is visibility. Customers need to know that this restaurant exists. Part 3 is to entice the customers with an offer. Part 4 is to give them reason to keep coming back. The result in advance that I gave my friend was to create a Facebook fan page for him. I also registered the appropriate domain for him and introduced him to someone to create a website for him. Just from the initial consultation with me, he now has a Facebook fan page and a website. But it is a 4-step process, which means he still needs me to provide him with the other 3 parts. So now you see how result in advance works. You give people some good info that they can use on the spot, leaving them longing for the rest of the info. Now how can similar principles be applied to the service industry? By giving free consultation? Just because it is free does not necessarily mean it has to be useless. It must be good, but incomplete. Just as I have done now, giving you good free, but incomplete info. I hope you apply the concept of the free line and result in advance to your business. Thank you for your time. If you need more detailed info about the things we discussed today, just enter your name and email in the box on your right, or call 44 161 945 1754.